There is a silence in the sky that screams. For 60 years, we have pointed our most powerful radio telescopes at the stars. We have scanned thousands of solar systems. We have listened for a whisper, a beep, a pattern. Anything that would indicate that we are not the only intelligent minds in the universe. And for 60 years, we have heard nothing but static. This silence shouldn't exist. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, is about 13 billion years old. It contains up to 400 billion stars. Even if you use the most conservative numbers possible in the Drake equation, there should be thousands, if not millions, of advanced civilizations right here in our galaxy. Even if they didn't have faster-than-light travel, a civilization using slow ships could colonize the entire galaxy in just a few million years. They should be here. They should be everywhere. Their radio waves should be deafening. Their Dyson spheres should be blocking out the stars. But they aren't. This discrepancy is called the Fermi paradox, and the most likely explanation for it is a concept known as the Great Filter. It is a theory that suggests there is a specific, incredibly difficult hurdle in the evolution of life, a wall that is almost impossible to climb, a probability barrier that wipes out 99.999999% of all species before they can become spacefaring civilizations. The Great Filter is the reaper of the cosmos. It explains why the universe is a graveyard. But for humanity, the theory poses a terrifying question. Where is the filter? Is it behind us, or is it ahead of us? The answer to that question determines whether we are gods or whether we are walking dead. Let's look at scenario A. The filter is behind us. This is the optimistic view. It suggests that the impossible step happened in our past. It means that the creation of life itself is the hard part. Perhaps the universe is full of rocks and water, but the spark of abiogenesis, non-living matter becoming living matter, is so astronomically rare that it has only happened once. Or perhaps single-celled life is common, but the jump to complex multicellular life is the barrier. It took Earth 2 billion years just to figure out how to make a cell with a nucleus. Maybe that step is a 1 in a trillion lottery ticket, and we are the only winners. If the filter is behind us, then we are the chosen ones. We are the first and possibly the only intelligent consciousness in the entire universe. It is a lonely thought, but it means we are safe. We have already passed the test. The open road is ahead of us. But then there is scenario B. The filter is ahead of us. This is the nightmare. This scenario suggests that life is easy. It suggests that slimy bacteria and moss and even dinosaurs evolve on planets all the time. It suggests that developing intelligence, building tools, and inventing radio is a natural progression that happens on thousands of worlds. But if that's true, where are they? If getting to our level is easy, then the Great Filter must be a step that comes after our current level. It must be something that happens to advanced civilizations, something that stops them from spreading. It suggests that there is a trap waiting for every species that discovers technology. Perhaps it is nuclear war. As soon as a species gets smart enough to split the atom, they inevitably blow themselves up within 100 years. Perhaps it is resource exhaustion. A civilization burns through its planet's oil and coal to build high-tech cities, but they destroy their biosphere in the process, collapsing back into the Stone Age before they can leave their gravity well. Or perhaps it is technology itself. Maybe every civilization invents artificial intelligence, and every single time, the AI destroys its creators. If the filter is ahead of us, then we are not special. We are just the next batch of cattle walking into the slaughterhouse. We look at the silence of the stars and think, nobody is home. But the reality might be that everyone was home, and they all died exactly where we are standing right now. This brings us to a counterintuitive conclusion regarding our search for alien life on Mars. Right now, NASA rovers are drilling into the Martian soil, looking for signs of ancient bacteria. We all want them to find it. It would be the greatest discovery in history. It would prove we aren't alone. It would be beautiful. But the philosopher Nick Bostrom argues that finding life on Mars would be the worst news humanity has ever received. If we find bacteria on Mars, it proves that the emergence of life is not rare. It happened twice in one solar system. If life is common, then the rare Earth hypothesis is wrong. The filter is not abiogenesis. If we find complex fossils on Mars, like ancient plants or animals, it is even worse. It means evolution is easy. It means the filter is not the jump to multicellular life. The more complex the life we find on Mars, the worse our odds become. Because if the difficult steps are not in the past, they must be in the future. If we find ruins of an ancient civilization on Mars, we are doomed. It would prove that it is easy to get to our level, but impossible to get further. It would prove that the filter is a brick wall waiting for us in the next few centuries. So, when you look at the photos from the Mars rover, you should hope for a dead rock. You should hope for a sterile, empty wasteland, because a dead universe means we are a miracle. A living universe means we are a statistic. The Great Filter forces us to confront our own fragility. We are currently behaving like a civilization that thinks it has infinite time. We fight over borders, we burn our atmosphere, and we gamble with technologies we don't understand. But the silence of the galaxy is a warning. It is a memorial to the billions of civilizations that didn't make it. The silence says, "You are not safe yet." We are walking a tightrope over an abyss. We cannot see the other side. We don't know if anyone has ever made it across. All we know is that we haven't seen anyone else on the rope. And if we fall, the universe will go back to being silent, waiting for the next fool to try.